So this is the official Rivard family residence in Sanford, Maine since probably about 1959, 1960. It's pretty self-explanatory. This is the front driveway. These blue spruce trees were planted when I was about 3 or 4, probably about 3 feet high. Now they're probably about 50, but dying, dead. It's my dad, still working like a dog. So I am just going to continue onward. These trees will be coming down at some point. A number have gone already. So this is the main house, also known as the only house. Built in 1965. My dad and a friend built it on. A couple of additions. A little second garage. The Prius in the driveway, that was not here in 65. Let me just pan around the yard. One of several sheds. In fact, I'll tell you a story about that one. Already getting the wood ready for the winter. These sheds are actually as interesting as the house is. This little shed, formerly known as my nephew Ian's clubhouse, was actually made from wood from my grandfather's house, which probably goes back to the 1800s. People in Maine recycle everything, so this wood is probably in its 3rd or 4th use. Actually, it looks pretty good for being, what, a couple hundred years old. This is the original barn, and before the barn, in the early 60s, this is where the trailer that I was born in was located. Interesting, huh? Born in a trailer. This barn serves a couple purposes, well, probably more than a couple. You notice the slant on the roof. I guess they call that Dutch style. This is where my brother and I practice tennis. Hitting the ball off the roof in the right spot would generate a big lob, which you would hit with an overhead, and to see how many you could hit in a row. Interesting. So we'll just kind of finish here very quickly with the front yard. I think I counted probably about 10 bird baths, 20 bird feeders. So we don't need alarm clocks. We just have the birds outside of our window waking us up. I probably need a tour guide to point out all of the foliage, what all this good stuff is, but you know, for those that haven't been to Maine, this is a little piece of it. We're not on the coast, we're about 15 miles away, but sometimes you can actually smell the sea air from here. Again, the house. We'll make it to the backyard now, and we start getting into some of the vegetable gardens, who probably have been here as long as the house. 50 or 60 tomato plants, green beans, yellow beans, cucumbers, everything you could imagine. One of the aforementioned bird baths. Oh yeah, another shed. I'm not sure what this one is called, but it actually kind of looks like an outhouse, but I don't believe that we ever had an outhouse. I'll have to ask my mom what that shed is called and what it's for, but notice the roof. It's not even aluminum. Piece of steel that, again, probably has been used multiple times for multiple purposes. Heading down to the backyard on the lake. Another garden. A couple of kayaks. So there are some modern items here at the house. Let's pan around here. This is the house from the lakeside. Does anyone have any questions? This is a little well, which is not functional in terms of like a regular well is, but if I'm not mistaken, there's actually a pump in here. My dad rigged up an irrigation system that would take water from the lake and distribute it from here to wherever you needed it to water the lawn, the gardens, wash the car, I guess, if you wanted to. Of course, we collect rainwater right here. These sunflower seeds or sunflower plants are probably about 8 feet tall. Pretty cool. Fake owl. Keep the birds away, I guess. Another shed. And now we're getting to the best part, the lake. When I was growing up here, this thing would be green, algae, a lot of phosphates upriver from the clothing plants. So the lake was not really swimmable when I grew up, but we fixed that. Of course, today all the factories have closed and their water quality is very good. They don't suggest you drink the water, but definitely good to swim, kayak, tube, water ski, etc. The lake's pretty short, so if you had a big power boat, you probably wouldn't be able to get a lot of use from it here, but there are some on weekends that you'll see out here. But pretty quiet right now. Alright, let's finish up. Again, the pan of the lake. We'll head back up to the house. Pretty nice landscaping, all done by my parents from 6 in the morning probably till 4 in the afternoon. That's what they do. The fencing here used to actually surround a pool. We did have an in-ground pool, and that was part of, again, the lake not being something you could swim in regularly. So the pool has since been filled in, or most of it. It is now a pond for ornamental fish and frogs. You'll see that shortly. Seems like it's gotten kind of dark, but you still can make that out. Little arbor, I guess. And you may actually be able to hear the water running. Another little seating area heading up to the house. And what used to be our built-in pool, now a pond. If we get close, earlier there were a couple frogs here that you can see, but I am not seeing anything now. Supposedly all the goldfish have been eaten by a loon who found this area. And it took about a day to eat all the goldfish. So, that's pretty much the tour. I kind of wanted to save this so I can show the kids when we get back to California what the place looks like. It's been a year or two since they've been here. And a lot of my California friends have not seen what Maine looks like, so this is a little piece of Maine for them. I'll probably take some more shots and we'll go to Portland this afternoon. And maybe get some tall ships who were in town, I think, last weekend, and maybe a little bit more of the Atlantic Ocean. That's it for now.